Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm getting ready to leave out the house, but I just want to talk to you guys for a second here. I realize that in this day and time that we're in, if you are broke, that is a decision that you're making yourself. I say that because we're in, they say, the age of information. Meaning, like, we have everything that we need at our fingertips, right? So, like, how? All right, my window's still hot. Sorry about that, guys. But so, like, I haven't punched a clock since July of 2023. I was working for a large corporation hotel chain from home for almost 8 years, and the job itself was easy. I could literally do it in my sleep, and it wasn't the job itself, but it was the urge to want more that made me do what I did. I ended up getting fired, but I know that I was doing things to cause myself to get fired on purpose. Like, I had a home office and I had like a futon in there. I would literally log in and just go to sleep on the futon. Don't take any calls. And the reason why I did that is because I knew that my time at that company was coming to an end. I had exhausted all of my PTO, all of my floating holidays, all of my free days off, because I knew that I could feel that it was coming to an end. And the reason why I knew that is because I had already started doing gig work. And for those of you who are not familiar with gig work, it's the things that we all have come familiar with, like Instacart, Amazon, Spark, Uber Eats, that type of thing. And when I was doing that as a side hustle, I was realizing that I was making more money in less time than I was sitting stuck to a desk in my house working 12 hours. And it started not to make sense to me. And so when I got fired, it literally, like, we had like a little team meeting. It was, might have been like my immediate manager and then 2 over her, and they explained what I had did, which I already knew. And it literally, when I tell y'all, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, like literally. And as soon as the meeting wrapped up, I got dressed, I got in my car, and I went out to do orders. And what was so enlightening to me was that I had already, had a little crew out at Walmart where I did my orders at, and I just was telling them, and it was literally just like freedom. It was freedom. And I said, dang, I said, this must be what freedom feels like. I never had a lapse in money. To be honest with you, I actually live a more financially stable life without a job than I did with one. That's why I say being broke in this day and age is a choice. Now, I know people have their hang-ups about, oh, well, and it's very difficult for me to talk to people with excuses. I can't tolerate it. It irks me. Because if I see somebody who's without a job, and I say, and I see they have a car, they have a phone, and I say, well, why don't you, or even if they have a job and broke, because I've been there too, why don't you go out and do orders? That's like my go-to for everything, I swear. But, oh, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to set it up. Like, it literally tells you step by step. Can you read? Or, I got the kids. You can take your kids with you. I did it. Now what? Oh, I don't know if I can be disciplined enough to get up and go. Well, then that means that means that you're not going to succeed at pretty much anything in life except for slaving for somebody else. I can't do excuses. I can't. What this allowed me to also do is allow me the freedom and so like when you're working a job that is not really fulfilling for you, it also consumes your energy, right? So like if you have like a business idea that you want to get off the ground, you say this job is just right here, right now type of deal, and you know that there's something greater. That job will have you working, even if it's only 8 hours. But in this day and age, most people have to work more than 8 hours. They have to work a full-time job, part-time job, just because of the kind of economy that we live in. But it'll drain your energy to the point where you can't even think. Your creative juices can't even start to flow. It's like, oh, I gotta go. Even if you're not physically tired, like, need to lay down and go to sleep, you become mentally tired. And I'm only telling you what I know. To where the ideas that you have, you don't even feel like it after you get off. And I actually had a decent opportunity where I could work from home. God forbid I had a job outside of the house. Then, then I would have had to worry about, because I live in a fairly large city, traffic and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now when I do orders, I do them right around my house. Couple $60, $70, $80 orders, I hadn't made what I needed in a few hours. Now, of course, every day is going to be different, but it all works out by the end of the week. Always. Like I said, I haven't punched a time clock since July 6th of 2023. That's almost 2 years ago. And I'm doing much better than I was when I was punching a clock. Much better. I say that I will never punch a clock for somebody else again in my life, and that makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. Well, everybody not in that position to be. Why not? You got a car, you got a license, you got insurance. Now, I will say that if I know what it's like to do this in a large city where there's more, orders to circle around for everybody that's doing it. But, y'all got to let me know in the comments if you live in a small city, if this is a thing too. Amazon has warehouses everywhere now. It's a $1 trillion company. So, a few routes a day, you can have what you need. Make more than what you're making on your job. Now, I'm not saying just I'm not just saying just quit your job and with no backup plan. I would never suggest that. Never. I would say test it out to see if it works for you and see how it works part-time for you, and then gauge it. Because that's what I had to do. Before I started doing orders full-time, I was doing it part-time whenever I needed extra money. When I first moved to Charlotte and found out about Uber Eats, it has been times where I needed to pay a cell phone bill or an electric bill, and I go out one night and make the money that I needed and had the bill paid. My kids are grown now, but I wish when they were younger I had daycare age babies. I had this opportunity. I probably would have never worked a job. But now there's really no excuse. Really no excuse at all. I don't understand excuses. Even if you're getting disability, I think there's a way to make a certain amount of money, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Most people that I know get disability can work a job anyway. I don't like to hear that, but because it's easier. I mean, because we're in a society, we're in a very, very, very lazy society. I realize that. And there's only a selected few with the actual drive to get up and do something. I fall in that category, but I'm trying to let everybody else know. I mean, honestly, most of my day is spent sitting in the car anyway. When you do Spark, they just come and load your car up for you. All you do is get out to take it to the front door. And it used to be, I guess maybe a couple years ago, people used to feel like doing gig work was like lower than, and it's our mentality. It's so crazy. Doing gig work would be like beneath the average person or whatever the case may be. I just ordered groceries the other day, and this man pulled up in a Cybertruck. A Cybertruck. I don't know too much about them, but I do believe they're at least $100,000, $80,000, $100,000 cars. The game is changing. And again, when you, let's just say you're an entrepreneur and you're having, or you want to be one. Let's say you want to become one, and you're having a hard time finding time to create, to build. When you can create your own work schedule to make, because let's be realistic. I'm a realistic person. I'm a realistic person. People get online and try to make it seem like, oh, you can do this and you can do that and just make it seem easy peasy. Well, no, that's not reality. When you don't have the resources to be able to start something, you have to get creative of how you do it. Because it can still, there's a million ways to skin a cat. To start my company, I did have to let my job go so that I can think and use my daytime hours to make phone calls, to do things, to move or be able to move around. But I also had real bills. I had rent, gas, water, electric, car, insurance. I had real bills. So you can't let those go, or else the whole mission is aborted. So when you do gig work, essentially you set your schedule around what you need. Most of them you can turn your app on and off when you want to. Now Amazon, you do schedule a route, but you're going to schedule it when you're able to work. And Amazon routes start at 3 o'clock in the morning and they end as late as 11 o'clock at night. So you literally have all day to be able to pick up a couple routes for if you're doing Amazon Flex. All of the other apps, Instacart, Spark, I don't really do DoorDash. I don't do DoorDash, but Uber Eats, all of that, you turn the app on and off when you feel like it. Go home and work on business. There's literally, I'm going to keep saying it, there's no excuse. None. I hope I'm motivating someone, because a lot of people don't have the know-how. They don't have the instructions. I didn't have the instructions. I had to figure it out. But I would much rather you take advice from me than have to try to figure out, or don't do it at all. Because a lot of people don't know how to juggle life and entrepreneurship, so they just don't even do it at all. And even if you do have to, like, honestly speaking, then people say stuff like, well, what about medical, and what about 401k plan? You do know that those things exist, that you can self-pay yourself, and then a lot of times at discounted rates. You just have to do research. It's called not being lazy. It's just called not being lazy. It's called being innovative. It's called thinking. It's a lot of words for it. But I will always say, anything your mind can think of, it can be done. It can be done. And if you're broke, you better hop in that car and get out here and make something shake. Because it's too many opportunities. Too many. To sit around and wonder, when your next money gonna come from. Most of these apps you can get paid same day. Do what you need to do. I sit on the phone in my car all day on my AirPods, talking, listening to YouTube, talking to people. Like, it's freedom. And then when I get tired or when I feel like it, I go home. If my kids have events, I go home. Go pick them up from school. Braces appointments, go pick them up. I don't have to ask anybody, am I allowed to take off? If I want to go on a vacation, I just go. Well, let me put in my time and see if it get approved. That doesn't exist for me. It did. Approved, denied, can't go. And these opportunities have been set up for that, for freedom. You just have to take advantage of it. Now, if you have signed up for some of these things and you're on the wait list, this ain't for you. I'm just talking. Well, I guess it can be from you. If you still can take something from it. I'm just saying, there's no reason in this day and time for laziness. You have to think about, especially if you have children, you have to think about. One morning, I teared up. It might have been about 4:30 in the morning. I was at the Amazon warehouse. And I told my mother about this. I said, I seen this lady pull up to the Amazon warehouse. I was already parked. And when she pulled in, I seen two little kids in the back seat, and I'm talking about, like, might have been 1 and 2 years old. And she parked so that she can go scan her ID so that she can get her route. And I watched that car. Of course she did. I don't know her. She don't know me, but I watched the car to make sure nobody got near them babies. Because what I thought about was, this lady said, excuse what? Babies, 4:30 in the morning, excuse what? And I had the utmost respect for her. Those are the type of people that really, really succeed in life. Eventually. The people who get up and do what they have to do. And the crazy part about it is, it's been set up to where it's super easy. You don't go to an interview. You literally just need your license, insurance, and a car and a phone. I swear I wish this opportunity existed when my kids were growing up. It would have alleviated so many financial problems that I face being a young mother. But now it's helping to put me in a better situation, a better, again, I was able to start a business by having the freedom and the time to be able to do it. I'm still going to have bills. I always have bills. And there's only so much time in a day. But had I still worked at a job to live the lifestyle that I live right now, I think I might have been making $20, $21 an hour or something like that. I wouldn't even be able to live like this. And if I did, I would have literally probably had to work about 12, 14 hours a day. And at first it was okay because I was at home and I didn't have to worry about daycare and stuff when my kids were younger. But eventually the economy changed, but the money didn't. So I'm grateful, and that's why I'm sharing this with you guys. Hopefully somebody can hear something and take away something from this video, get motivated. If you already know and have trouble explaining it to people, share this video with them. Maybe they can understand it in the way that I've put it, because a lot of people, you know, need to know different kind of ways. Sometimes people, when you come at them a certain way, they can take offense, but you know, somebody else can explain it in a different kind of way. I just want to motivate the people, because we hear about it, but we don't know how to do it. Sometimes you just need that jump start, advice, whatever. So like, share, comment if this video was helpful. Again, share it with somebody you know that it might help. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.